Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super happy to be here. If you don't know me, my name is Christy Lawrence with Time to Profit, and I help small businesses who are ready to supercharge their sales really get better at sales by making the process more simple, more fun, and more effective, and also more rewarding, both for you as a business owner and for the prospects and the people you're dealing with. And I do that through a lot of ways. A lot of what I do is talk about sales aptitude and sales attitude, and specifically provide tools around generating leads, starting conversations, and getting really good at the process of connecting, engaging, and inviting people to work with you. So today specifically, we are going to talk about some mindset tools to help you build both your confidence and your competence in the sales process. So this is really important because when it comes to sales, or really anything in life, including exercise, eating well, mountain biking, I'm just kind of making some stuff up right now, but there's attitude and aptitude that are both important to your ability to succeed. And without the right attitude, you're not going to be motivated to gain the aptitude or the skills. And a lot of times we just want these simple tips and tricks and tools and tactics and strategies, which is great, but if we don't have the right attitude going in, we're not going to apply those things anyways. And so really just focusing on the aptitude portion of sales is super, super important. And the reason I chose this topic today is because I talk to so many people who tell me things like, I hate sales. I'm not a natural born salesperson. I'm not very good at sales. I don't want to be pushing. It's so uncomfortable. It's awkward. Everybody hates sales, right? Does any of this sound familiar? If it does, share in the comments below. I want to hear kind of what comes up for you as I'm talking about this. And here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to get real with you, but we don't get good at things we hate. We just don't. We're never going to be great at the things that we hate. We don't put in the time or effort to do things that we don't like. It's hard to stay motivated. Motivation is an unsustainable resource. It's something that has to be regenerated over and over again. It's not a good long-term strategy. So if you need your sales to grow, you've got to tell yourself a better story about sales and have a better attitude about it. And it's not just enough to fake it till you make it. This is where we get, I think, stuck. A lot of times we're like, okay, I get that. That totally makes sense. I'm 100% on board. But when it comes down to it, we don't really have any other alternative than to believe what we believe, right? And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some tools that what happens if you do hate sales? What happens if you don't think you're good at it? What happens if you do think that you're not a natural born salesperson? And what's the alternative to just faking it till you make it? So here's what we're going to do. The first thing I want you to do is get real and get clear. Have an honest heart-to-heart conversation with yourself about what sales means to you, what you think it means about you, why you don't like it, what are the parts you hate. Here's some very specific things I want you to do. I want you to get out a pen and I just want you to journal. Free write, don't overthink it, don't censor, but ask yourself, right? When I think about sales, when I hear the word sales, what are the first three words that come to mind? What are the things that really pop into my head about sales? Or what is it that I least like about sales? Another good question is, what do I worry will happen if I really am proactive about sales? Am I worried that people are going to think that I'm sleazy? Are they worried that I'm going to think I'm pushy? Do I worry that I'm not going to be good at it, right? What are those things that I'm worried about if I embrace sales as part of my business strategy? And then after you've had the chance to really get clear and be real about where you are in terms of your sales attitude today, just in sales as a whole, I want you to ask yourself, when you look at that, right, is that the story that you want to tell yourself about sales? And if it's not, what do you want to tell yourself about sales and embracing sales in your business? And another way to reframe this is, what would you have to believe about sales in order to be excited about it, in order to be motivated, in order to have it be something about the job that you look forward to? And just write down some notes of things that you might think would be attitudes that would help you to be successful at sales, right? Maybe it's something like, I'm good at it. Or maybe it's something that sales helps people get what they want. Or maybe it's my favorite, sales is fun, right? It really is fun. Or maybe it's that sales helps me connect with more people and be a part of my community and learn about people, right? So write down, what are the things that you would have to believe in order to look forward to the sales process and want to be engaged in it and want to be more involved. Once you have that, pick the thought or two thoughts, one or two, that feel the most inspiring to you. The ones that you're like, yeah, this would really motivate me to reach out to my prospects, to make those cold calls, to go to that networking event and introduce myself, right? What are the two that inspire you the most? And then here's the key. At this point, those thoughts might be inspiring, but they might also be aspirational in the fact that, yeah, I can see where believing this would help me be successful, but I don't believe it right now. So what do we do now, right? We want to turn those two statements that you've selected, those one or two, and turn them into something that is believable. So here's an example of that. I'm learning that sales can be fun. I'm open to seeing that sales helps people get what they want. I'm getting good at sales, right? So notice all of these have these qualifiers in there that really soften it, that make it, I could really believe that I'm learning to get good at sales. Okay, yep, that's believable. I can believe that, right? So pick whatever the statement is for you that's inspiring, soften it so that it's believable. And once you have that, the third and final step that I want you to do is come up with at least 3 reasons why that statement could be true. Some pieces of evidence. Our brain wants evidence, right? We want to know that we're grounded in truth and reality, not that we're just BSing ourselves. And so I want you to think about what are some reasons that thought or statement could be true. So for example, I'm using my favorite, sales is fun. So here's some examples that I have for that, right? And this is probably easier for me because I already believe these things, but I want to give you some ideas in case you're stuck, is that I love just going out and meeting new people. And through sales, I have met some of my closest friends who were prospects, but then I got to know them. Learning is one of my core values. And when I'm selling, I'm always learning about the selling process. I'm learning about my clients. I'm learning about their lives. I'm learning about their problems. I'm learning about their businesses and their challenges. So selling is really fun because it keeps me on my toes and it keeps me engaged and learning and connected. And what I really like about sales is it gives me the opportunity to really lead a conversation, to really be genuine and curious and be in a place of leadership to help people get what they want. So those are some examples of why I believe that's true. But it doesn't matter that I believe it. What matters is that you come up with your own evidence that you can believe for the thought that you're going to pick. And then when you're getting ready to make sales and you hear those old stories coming up, that voice in your head that's like, oh man, people are going to think I'm so pushy, or I hate sales. This is the least favorite part of my job. Why do I have to do sales? Or, man, sales is so just slimy and it's not good, right? Like, okay, I hear that. I hear you. But, also sales can be fun. I'm learning that. And here's the reasons why, right? Have a conversation with yourself. It sounds silly, but it's super effective. I want you to practice this for the next week. So here's the next step. Share in the comments what your new thought is that you're embracing around sales, that you're going to keep repeating to yourself. Say it out loud in front of a mirror. Do it. It will make a difference. Be consistent with it. And then if you want to get more tools to help you grow your attitude and your aptitude around sales, head on over to mytimetoprofit.com. And there's a free sales planning tool in there. There's a quarterly planning tool and a sales checklist that will help you really just kind of start thinking in a sales mindset and give you some really usable tools. Again, that's mytimetoprofit.com. There's some free resources for you over there. And then practice this for the next week and report back and let me know how it goes. If you're struggling to find some thoughts, post that in the comments too. I am here to help you. Have a great rest of the week.